We back with another one. Y'all already know what's going on. It's your boy Daz, and it's my journal. And today we on day 10, a semen retention journey. If you've been following along, like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget, I got a link in my bio for the Discord, for the semen retention chat, where we just discussing every day, you know, how we feeling and the things that's going on this journey. That being said, today's topic is expanding the mind. Today's topic is expanding the mind. And the reason I'm saying expanding the mind, because you're going to have a lot of energy within you, or with like just power within you. Especially when you're on semen retention, you carry a lot of power, period. But especially on semen retention, you holding your power. So your mind could either be your best friend or it could be an enemy. You could use your mind as a weapon, or it could be used against you. And when I say that in this sense, where our mind played like the biggest part in our life, because our mind is what not our mind, we make the choices, but if we don't have a clear mind, we don't make clear choices. And that's what I mean by our mind could work against us, because a lot of times you would get like negative thoughts. You would get negative thoughts, or things will pop up from the past that will try to make you feel a fear of doing anything new in the future, or fear will try to hold you back, or you don't know that fear is just a thought and it's not your thought. It's a thought probably from the past, or somebody, something that you witnessed and you don't want to fail, or your body, or because we're not designed to want to fail. We're designed to want to be comfortable. We're not designed to be uncomfortable. So you don't want to feel uncomfortable. Your mind don't want to feel uncomfortable. So whenever you transition into a new person, your mind always trying to pull you back. But you got to use your mind for you, knowing that your mind can be used to help you. And how you do that is building your mind up. You got to build yourself up. You got to build your self-confidence. One, that's what we're doing here with the semen retention. You got to build your libido. You gotta build your tolerance. You gotta build not tolerance for drugs or anything, but tolerance for how much you can, fight through things. You gotta just build your mind. It takes time, but it can happen, because I'm not gonna lie. When I first started building myself up, I was probably in a terrible place. But where I'm at today, I know that it's only gonna get better. It's only going to get better. And I say that with conviction, because I feel that. It's only going to get better. So if I could do it for me, I could probably give you some tips. And if it could work out for you, that's what we're here for. And that's what I'm here for. So first thing I would say is just learn how to calm your mind. Learn how to calm your mind. And when I say that, it's like, you ever had a day where you just getting mad, like your brain is just cloudy, you just can't think straight, everything you thinking about doing is negative. And I got this thing, and I don't know if it's like, if everybody could do it, but I got this thing where I would literally tell myself to shut my mind off. That was in the beginning though. I would just shut my mind off and just see black. Literally not think about nothing, not think at all. And that taught me right there that, like, doing that, at first it was just doing it because I didn't want to not hear voices, because I wasn't hearing voices, but you get negative thoughts. I didn't want to have negative thoughts coming to me and hitting me all the time. So I just say, I'd rather just not think about shit right now. But that made me realize that our brain is like a pond. Our brain is like a pond. And I'm gonna break down. It's gonna be a great ass fucking illustration, but it's a better word for that, but I'm gonna get it later. Our brain is like a pond, right? And in the pond, it's two type of fish. It's negative fish and there's positive fish, right? I look at my brain like a pond now. I keep it in like this pond thing where whenever the negative fish start corroding my brain, or like negative thoughts, I would say the negative thoughts is the negative fish. I would see myself I would literally stop what I'm doing See myself taking out the negative fish, and don't slap it out. Don't do anything aggressive, because that shows that you're scared. Take it out. Show that you know how to handle it. Look, I noticed you, but I'm putting you out there. You're not staying in this pond. Fill your mind and see yourself filling your mind with positive thoughts. That's one thing I do to calm my brain. And that's an ill analogy. That's the word, analogy. But that's an ill analogy right there, because it's like, if you look at every single thought as yours, you're gonna always be thinking like just negative, because negative thoughts is like weeds. It grow without you don't need to take care of weeds for it to grow. But positive thoughts is like flowers. You gotta water it. You gotta keep watering it. And the more you water it, the more it become more prevalent, and the negative thoughts fall to the back. And you start to understand that your negative thoughts is not your thoughts. It's probably thoughts from somebody else, or just past experiences that you made a mistake in, or you probably failed at. But failing is another form of learning. And once you start understanding that, you start telling your brain like, I failed before, but I learned something new. I'm gonna try it again, but this way. Get what I'm saying, y'all? So that's one way I like put that. I kind of calm my brain down a little bit, and it's just picturing I got a pond, and it's like two fish, negative, positive. I just take out the positive very gently. Take out the negative very gently, place it somewhere else. Fill them out and put positive ones in there. It's, you know what I mean? And that's how I look at it. So the next thing I'll do is like, I'll be real honest with myself. I had a period where I was just brutally honest with myself with everything. I'm talking about everything that I did that I felt like was unmoral to the person that I am. Like if I seen something and I seen somebody else do it, I'd be like, damn, yeah. Or if I did something of that nature, I went back and revisited all that. But I didn't have too much skeletons in my closet. I just felt like I had a couple of friends that like I did wrong. I had a couple of friends that I did wrong to. And I had to, swallow my pride, because the other person, I ain't like apologizing. So I had to swallow my pride and apologize and say, yo, this, that, and the third, and I apologize for the character I was before, because that's not who I am, and that's not who I'm growing into. And I know that I got to get this shit off of my spirit, and you're going to release some of that. You're not going, I'm telling you, it's not going to be in your brain no more, because you're showing yourself that you're becoming a new person. And once you start showing yourself that you're becoming a new person, and you serious, you commit to it, you start doing things that feel uncomfortable, like admitting your wrongs, being aware of what you did in the past, and knowing that you actually want to change it for real, and you're actively working on changing it for the better. That's something to be real truthful about. And then moving forward, I just realized that if I lie to other people, they not recording the lie. Guess who is? Me. And then when I record the lie, I know that I lied to that person. So when I know that I lied to that person subconsciously, that's going right back in my brain that I'm a liar. So you know what I do? I tell the truth. I tell the truth, because I want to live, like, not even want to. I am living so far in my truth that anything that I do, anything that I do, it don't bring me no shame. It don't bring me no shame, because I don't do nothing that I would regret. That's the shortest way to put it. So be truthful to yourself and others. Talk the truth. If you don't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing. If you got something good to say, say it. If you don't want to lie, just don't say nothing. That's what I do. If I don't want to lie, and I don't say nothing, but 9 out of 10, I'm gonna say something, because I don't care how you feel personally. Because if me telling you the truth make you feel like I'm grimy or something, hey, I can't be a hero in everybody's story, and I ain't trying to be. So I'm gonna always remain truthful because me telling the truth, it does something for me. It shows you that you don't fear anybody enough to lie to them. Besides the judge, I don't like. Personally, my subconscious wouldn't even give up about that because I'm lying to the judge because we don't nobody want to go to jail. You know what I mean? So that right there, and that's how I look at just having that relationship with myself, just being honest with myself. And when you're honest with yourself, you can be honest with other people. Because if you ain't honest with other people, it's something. It feels like you hiding something. For me, when I'm lying to other people, it feels like I'm hiding something. And if I'm hiding something, I mean I'll be ducking or I'm not hiding nothing. Yeah, I said that. Yeah, I did that. Yes, that's what happened. Yes, even when I know I'm doing something I'm not supposed to do, if I get caught, yeah. I might not tell on myself if it's to the cops or something. I'm not telling on myself, but if it's like I'm in an area and they say don't smoke and they caught me smoking, yo, that was you over there smoking, I might not answer. But if they pressing a situation and I see it going escalating, yeah, that was me, man. You get what I'm saying? Be accountable for all your mistakes or whatever you do if you do it. And if you know you're gonna get in trouble, just don't do it. Save yourself the trouble. You know what I mean? And the next thing I would say to do to expand your brain is try something new. Try something new. A lot of people don't want to try nothing new because it's really expanding your brain. Like sometimes you got to think a little harder. You got to think a little further. You got to think with more forward thinking. You got to have more bravado. You got to, you know what I mean? Like, you got to have that courage, that confidence that, all right, I'm going to get this done. I don't care. I'm going to get this done. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to get this done. You know what? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how I'm doing it, but I'm going to try. Matter of fact, I ain't trying. I'm doing. And that's how you look at stuff. Because you never know, like, you never know what else you might be good at. People be thinking they good at one thing. You try something else, you great at that. Be great, y'all. Be great. That's what we here for. That's what this channel started as fighting mediocrity. Cause we ain't trying to be average. Matter of fact, we ain't trying nothing. We're not being average. And that's what everybody that's here, you probably had that feeling on something because you wouldn't be here. You probably be watching something brain rot. You know what I mean? So try something new. Try something that make you feel uncomfortable. Not nothing that's out of your morals. What I mean by uncomfortable is just try something like if you want to start meditating. Learn how to meditate because it worked. It worked. Let's jump into that, matter of fact. Meditate. Meditate is like another, like when I was saying with the pawns, how you could just how you take out the negative fish and you add positive fish. When you meditate, it's basically that's when you start learning, thoughts fly in, right? But they're not your thoughts. A lot of thoughts is not your thoughts. Thoughts gonna fly in from left field. Try it. Go meditate, right? You gonna start thinking about the wildest things. You're gonna be like, what? And then that's when you're gonna start realizing, okay, these are not my thoughts. So some 9 out of 10, you realize I have to control my mind. When negative thoughts come to my mind, I gotta shrug it off or push it to the side because that's not my thought. That's a thought that's trying to hold me back. That's something that's trying to hold me back. That's something that's trying to put me in fear. So meditation taught me that, just do 5 minutes, do 2 minutes. Do 2 minutes. Start off with 2 minutes. And build it. Right now, I'm up to 5 minutes. I ain't sitting here saying I'm doing 40, 30, 45 minutes. Nah, I do 5 minutes. And that right there helped me. Because it just get me to think. Focus on one thing, on my breath. When you focus on your breath, you're going to get thoughts coming in. But once you got to keep you focused on your breath, it teaches you that when you doing things, you're going to have other thoughts. You're going to have other impulses. But once you know what you focused on, you're locked in. It's like a lock-in mechanism. Just try it. I can't explain too much because I ain't a guru, but it's helping me. So I'm just going to recommend it to y'all. And last but not least, pick up a book. Pick up a book. If you want to pick up any book, the first book I would recommend is the Bible. Pick up the Bible first. Read Proverbs. Read the whole Proverbs. And I gotta tell you, I gotta start doing that again. I'm gonna start putting that back in my repertoire. Because I'm doing random Bible verses right now. But I gotta start reading one proverb verse a day, because I feel like that's from the not the wealthiest, but he was one of the wealthiest men ever in history, but the wisest man to be known. So, and it just basically, for me, it was just like a layout on how to become more in tune with yourself and the things, what to look out for. Like the things to look out, stop being so in tune with the pleasures of life and be more in tune with this, like your spirit, who you are. And it just teach you like what to look out for in life, what to do, like how you carry yourself throughout life. It's like a handbook for life. So that's the first thing I would recommend. Proverbs. Read the whole Proverbs. I think it's 31 Proverbs. Read all of the Proverbs first. And the second book I'll tell you to read is this. Or read the whole Bible, matter of fact. Get in tune with the Bible. Get in tune, get closer to God. Because God, once you start getting closer to God, you realize that God put a piece of him in you. So when God put a piece of him in you, you could shut this whole shit. You could shut your whole mind down and literally get into like God mode, where ideas and everything just flow into you. And it sounds cringy, but once you get to that point, you're gonna realize, you're gonna look back on this video, you're gonna be like, all right, wow, I got there and I understand that. Like God did put a piece of us in him. So, I mean, us, of him in him, us. So we could create like him. We have authority like him. Like you gotta just realize certain things. And once you do, you're gonna come back to this video and thank me. I'm telling you that right now. But the second book I would tell y'all to read is this. Atomic Habits. The reason I would tell you to read this book is because it just tells you that you can be great by building habits. Yes, some people are born great. Some people are born with the genetics. But you can build greatness. That's like, I'm just gonna give you the whole, like a simple thing of this book, but it tells you, like, it gives you like a step-by-step way of how to build, what to build, what to, like, you know, like, stop. I'm not going to explain it. I'm not going to explain it to y'all. I'm just going to tell you this. It teaches you how to build habits to make you become the person you want to become. That's all I can tell you. But read different books. You're getting knowledge from different people. You're getting knowledge from people that did it before you. It's like reading is open up a whole different world. A whole different world. Read. I used to not read, like, reading so much growing up. Cause I used to always think, but I used to read a lot, and I realized that I used to read a lot. I write very great. I write great essays, all that, like music, good, everything. And it just made me want to read. And when I started reading, it made me realize that I didn't know everything. And there's so much to learn in this world that you can always keep learning. And once you start reading books, I'm telling you, once you get over that hump of, oh, reading not cool, and then you start reading, and then you start getting lost in the book, comment, just when you do that, just come back and comment on this video. That's all I'm saying. But read, because read open you up to a whole bunch of things. It open you up to mistakes people made. It open you up to insights people had. It open you up to just expanding your brain, because you want to expand your brain and look at things different, so you can have like different arsenals, different tools in your arsenal, like Batman. Like when you read different books, I feel like you gearing yourself up like Batman. You know what I mean? Like you got to move for everything. Like you start learning moves for every type of like situations in life, and then when you read a lot, especially if you read in self-help books, you realize that the only power you have is over yourself and over your mind. Only power you have is over your actions, yourself, and your mind. We don't have control. We can't control the outcome of things. So the most thing you could do is control how prepared you are for what you want. So if you keep controlling and you keep moving forward, you ain't gonna have no fear. I mean, of course, we human, so we're gonna have a little feeling like, oh. But once you keep pushing past fear, you learn that fear just means that you're doing something right and you're doing something different, uncomfortable. But 9 out of 10, uncomfortable is the right thing. So with that being said, let's expand our mind, y'all. Let's expand our mind. Let's get greater. Let's keep being great, and let's keep doing our thing. Put God first. Hey, I know I'm out of here. Peace.